On the recent development of the sugar supply issues in the country, we have with us Manolet Lamata, President of the United Sugar Producers Federation of the Philippines. He is joining us live via Zoom. Welcome to the big story. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Ma'am Gretchen. Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining us, sir, tonight. Well, of course, we do have so many questions. We are not that familiar with the sugar industry itself. You are part of the sugar industry. Let's boil it down to the very basics so that the viewers can understand it more completely. Labas pa po doon sa question ng on whether or not the order was signed following a process. Is there a crisis of sugar supply? Is there a shortage of sugar supply? And by when? And by how much?
Well, two answers to your question. One is we wouldn't know for sure if we have a short supply or not because we have never had an inventory. The SRE has never inventoried the industry. Okay. Unlike previous administrations, usually 3 surveys in 1 year. Prior to milling, harvesting, that's on September. One in the middle, that's December, January, right on the peak. And after milling, post-harvest. We have to know how much sugar is left vis-a-vis our consumption. It has never happened. Not in so many years, under the administration of Serafica. Number 2, is there really a shortage? Is there really a crisis? My answer is, I don't think so. Why? Why? Because if you go to the palengke, you go to the supermarket, there is sugar. Contrary to what they have been telling all of us, makaubos na, by the end of August, no more sugar, etc., etc. There is still sugar in this area. Yun lang, sobrang mahal. That's the problem.
Pero sir, Gretch, before I pass it on to you, I suppose that also raises the question dahil nga sobrang mahal, umabot ng 100 daw ang kilo. And some people say that that's as a result possibly of a problem with supply and demand factors in. So ano po, but is it a question of supply? Is that why the prices are going up so much?
I think it's a question of they are holding on to sugars.
Oh.
Until lang pinalabas. You know, these people, that's their livelihood. They're traders. They buy low, they sell high. So now they're grabbing the opportunity to make a heyday. You know, these people buy sugar from us wholesale at 45 pesos per kilo.
Okay.
Of course, there's a process. They have to refine, they do this, do that. But to sell it at 100, 110, mga kriminal na yan, that is too much. We do not agree with that whatsoever.
Yeah, that's alarming, sir. Sir, last question, sir, from me. Are you saying, therefore, that there is an artificial shortage of sugar caused by hoarding or profiteering? Is that what you're saying? Na wala naman talagang problema sa supply ng asukal at dapat walang problema sa presyo, pero meron lang kumikita?
The only way to be sure of this problem, of this issue, is very simple, actually. DTI has the powers to open up bodegas and check and inspect. Let them do their job. Let them go, get the records from the SRA. Lahat po ng mga bodegas ng all sugar traders is there. The listing is there. All they need to do is grab that and get a team and survey the bodegas. You will watch and you will see if I am wrong or I'm right. Then we will know exactly the condition of our inventory.
Sir, just to clarify, the artificial shortage is being caused, according to you, by sugar traders. So does that, in a way, shed light on the recent resignations of Leocadio Sebastian? Also, Serafica, your reactions to the resignations happening at the DA?
Okay, your first question, is this the cause? The only way to find out is to inventory. Okay, when I say inventory, you open up the bodegas and check whether there's sugar or not. Why am I saying that this could be the culprit on hoarding? Because if you go to the palengkes, ma'am, if you go to the retail store, there is sugar. there is no shortage. How much sugar you want, you can buy. Yun lang, sobrang mahal. So I'm just putting one plus one. If it's sobrang mahal, it's because somebody is releasing the sugar slowly, little by little, to kung yari, may shortage.
Okay, meron po kasi nagsasabi na these resignations happened not because of the import, but because of politics. Any insight into that?
No, ma'am, I don't believe so because we were made to believe that the president ordered the importation of 300,000 tons. They even called it national emergency. That is why we were asked to submit our proposals if we agreed on the orders of the president to import 300,000 metric tons. They even mentioned, this comes from Sebastian, who is the chief of staff of the president. So we were made to believe that this was the president's orders. So we wrote a resolution, our federation wrote this resolution to the SRA confirming that yes, we stand by what the president wants in order to alleviate the problems in the country, to import all refined 300,000 metric tons. Lo and behold, sugar order number 4 comes out and hinati nila. Half was 150,000 for brown sugar and half was for refined. We did not agree to any brown sugar to be imported. Why? The sugar industry is already harvesting. We started milling 2 weeks ago, and we are going to be awash with raw sugar. Sino na naman ang binigyan ng favors with this sugar order number 4? They are the refiners. They want to import raw sugar and have it refined, and they'll kikita sila sa refining fees. That is not good. That is not fair. It should have just been all refined.
Yes, sir. Sir, we do understand your position, sir, but at the same time, there are concerns being raised by several groups. For example, PCCI, the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry, si George Barcelon, sabi niya, baka tumaas ang presyo ng processed food and beverages because of what he called the sugar crisis. And at the same time, I think it was Rafi Alunan, the former Interior Secretary, who is also from Negros, who raised concerns on behalf of the makers or the manufacturers of soft drinks, which use, of course, a lot of sugar. And pahabol ko rin po, in his column today, si former Economic Planning Secretary si Shel Habito, said na in the first half of the year, 27% pong binagsak ng sugarcane industry because of bad weather last year. So he was also implying that we are facing some sort of crisis as far as supply is concerned. I'm wondering lang po how you view all these things put together. Yung prediction ni Shel Habito na bumagsak yung supply because of the harvest, and number 2, yung concerns ng business and ng soft drink manufacturers na tataas ang presyo ng sugar.
Okay, let's go first to Mr. Alunan's
Yes, sir.
announcement. Mr. Alunan works for Coca-Cola.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And itong mga taga-Coke, mga sinungaling yan. All they want is to buy cheap imported sugar, highly subsidized sugar from abroad, and not buy from the local. Ito sila, nakinabang sila sa 200,000 metric tons sugar order number 3, which was implemented 3 months ago. Mm-hmm. They were the biggest who were able to buy from the refined. Okay, they are now claiming na wala na silang stock, paubos na. Sir, na ngayon it's still in the bodegas of the traders. They have not withdrawn that sugar, meaning to say there is still sugar to be used. Okay, so don't believe what these people are saying because it's not true. Now, as to the production aspect on the side, yes, agriculture is totally dependent on weather, and we have a lot of storms. I'm not sure about the 27% drop, but yes, we did drop a bit because of weather. This year, we have very good weather so far. Hopefully, it continues, and we will be experiencing an increase in our production.